Our topic for this video is operations on rational numbers, addition, and subtraction. Let's define first rational numbers. Rational numbers is any number that can be expressed in the form a over b, where a and b are integers and b is not equal to 0. Bakit hindi pwedeng 0 ang ating b? Kasi pag ang denominator natin ay b, that is undefined. Example of rational numbers, we have 3 over 5 or 3/5, negative 2/3, 1/2, and 4 over negative 7. Addition and subtraction of similar fractions. Similar fractions are fractions with the same denominators. So, ibig sabihin, pare-pareho ang kanilang denominators. So, we have a over b plus c over b is equal to a plus c over b. And then, a over b minus c over b is equal to a minus c over b. Tandaan, b is not equal to 0. Ang unang step is add or subtract the numerator, then copy the common denominator. So, kay addition and subtraction of similar fractions, ang gagalawin lang natin ay yung numerator. And then, simplify if possible. Ang laging answer natin ay dapat naka-lowest term. Let's have an example for addition of similar fractions. We have 1 over 5 plus 2 over 5. So, let's add the numerators, 1 plus 2, and then copy the denominator, 5. So, we have 3 over 5. Next, we have negative 2 over 7 plus 3 over 7. This time, we have different signs. So, i-apply natin yung ating previous lesson about integers with different signs. So, instead of addition, magiging subtraction. So, we have 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. The answer is positive because the number that has a bigger absolute value is positive. So, we will have 1 over 7. Next is 2 over 9 plus 4 over 9. So, add natin ang numerators. We have 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. The denominator is 9. So, 6 over 9 can be simplified, and 6 and 9 can be divided by 3. So, 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2, and 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. So, our answer is 2 over 3. Next is 5 over 8 plus 7 over 8. Add the numerator, 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. Then, copy the denominator, which is 8. So, we have 12 over 8. These numbers can be divided by 4. So, 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. So, we have 3 over 2. Our fraction is improper fraction. So, para i-simplify, gagawin nating mixed number. So, let's divide the numerator by the denominator. So, we have 3 divided by 2 is equal to 1. The remainder is 1. So, yun ang ating numerator. And then, i-copy natin ang denominator. So, our answer is 1 and 1/2. Let's have an example for subtraction of similar fractions. The first one is 5 over 8 minus 1 over 8. So, subtract natin ang numerators. We have 5 minus 1 is equal to 4 over 8. Then, let's get the lowest term. Numerator and the denominator can be divided by 4. So, 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. And 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. So, the lowest term is 1/2. Next is 8 over 9 minus 7 over 9. So, subtract natin ang numerators. 8 minus 7 is equal to 1. Copy 9. So, we have 1 over 9. Next is 11 over 5 minus 8 over 5. So, let's subtract the numerators. 11 minus 8 is equal to 3. Then, copy natin ang denominator. We have 3 over 5. Next is negative 2 over 5 minus 11 over 5. So, meron tayong fractions na magkaiba ang sign. So, that will be negative 2 minus 11 over 5. So, i-apply natin yung rules in subtracting integers na magkaiba yung sign. So, from subtraction, magiging addition, and then yung 11 natin magiging negative. So that will be negative 2 plus negative 11. So that is equal to negative 13 over 5, or dahil improper fraction, i-divide natin yung numerator sa denominator, we will have 2. Then the remainder is 3, kaya naging numerator siya. And then let's copy the denominator 5. So our final answer is negative 2 and 3 over 5. This time, let's have addition and subtraction of dissimilar fractions. So these are fractions with different denominators. So the first step is to find the LCD, or the least common denominator. Then, rewrite each fractions as equivalent fractions with the LCD. Next, we can now add or subtract the numerators and keep the LCD, and simplify if possible. Let's have an example for addition of the similar fraction. We have 3 over 5 plus 7 over 10. Our denominators are 5 and 10, so magkaiba sila. So let's get the LCD. The LCD is 10. So paano ko nakuha si 10? Let's list down 5 and 10. Ang multiples ni 5 ay 5, 10, 15, 20. Kay 10 naman, 10, 20, 30. Dahil sabi nga ay LCD, ibig sabihin ay list, ang pinakamababang magkaparehas kay 5 and 10 ay number 10. Bakit hindi si 20? Kasi nga, ang hinahanap natin ay yung list. So, dito, yung fraction natin, gagawin nating over 10. Or ang denominator na ay gagawin nating 10. So, dito sa dalawang fractions, si 3 over 5 ang hindi 10 ang denominator. So, let's make an equivalent fraction for 3 over 5 na merong 10 as the denominator. So, we have 3 over 5. So, para makuha yung bagong numerator, we will divide 10 by 5. So, that is equal to 2. And then, multiply by 3. So, we have 6. So, ang bago nating fraction ngayon ay 6 over 10. So, the next fraction is 7 over 10. Hindi na natin siya gagalawin dahil ang kanyang denominator ay number 10 na. So, our new set of fraction is 6 over 10 plus 7 over 10. Dahil pareho na sila ng denominator, we can now add the fractions. So, we have 6 plus 7 is equal to 13. Let's copy the denominator 10. We have 13 over 10. Now, let's simplify. Divide natin yung 13 ng 10. So, meron tayong isang 10. And then, ang ating remainder ay 3. So, yung 3 natin ay numerator. Then, let's copy the denominator. So, our answer is 1 and 3 over 10. So, we also have another step in adding of the similar fraction. That is what we call the butterfly method. So, our fraction is 3 over 5 plus 7 over 10. Ang first step ay ipag-multiply natin yung dalawang denominator. So, 5 plus 10 is equal to 50. Then, i-multiply naman natin yung numerator na 3 and yung denominator na 10. So, 3 times 10 is equal to 30. Next, yung pangalawang numerator at yung unang denominator. So, we have 5 plus times 7 is equal to 35. Now, let's add. We have 30 plus 35 is equal to 65. Then, i-copy lang natin ang denominator, which is 50. So, from our answer, let's simplify. Ilang 50 meron kay 65? So, meron tayong isang 50 kay 65. And then, yung ating remainder ay 15. And then, the remainder will now be the numerator of our fraction. And then, i-copy lang natin ang denominator, which is 50. So, ang fraction natin ay mixed number. So, we have 1 and 15 over 50. So, isimplify natin si 15 over 50. This number can be divided by 5. So, divide natin. 15 divided by 5 is equal to 3. And 50 divided by 5 is equal to 10. So, our answer is 1 and 3 over 10. Let's have another example. We have negative 1 over 3 plus 1 over 6. So, kunin muna natin ang LCD. LCD of 3 and 6 is 6. So, paano naging 6? Let's list down the multiples of 3 and 6. For number 3, the multiples are 3, 6, 9, 12. For number 6, we have 6, 12, and 18. So, kinuha ko lang yung first 4 sa 3 and first 3 sa number 6. So, nakita naman natin, ang least common ay si number 6. Kaya ang LCD ay 6. So, from the given fractions, si negative 1 over 3, ang kailangan nating kunin ang equivalent fraction. So, negative 1 over 3 is equal to blank over 6. So, hanapin natin yung numerator. So, let's divide the denominator. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Then, times negative 1 is equal to negative 2. So, ang ating bagong fraction ay negative 2 over 6. Si 1 over 6, hindi na natin siya gagalawin kasi ang kanyang denominator ay number 6 na. So, we have negative 2 over 6 plus 1 over 6. This time, we have different signs. So, hindi tayo magpa-plus, we will subtract the numbers. So, we have 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Then, ang may pinakamataas na absolute value ay si negative 2. That's why our answer is negative 1 over 6. So, let's use the other method. Let's use the butterfly method. So, our fraction is negative 1 over 3 and 1 over 6. So, ang unang step kay butterfly method ay multiply ang denominator. So, 3 times 6 is equal to 18. Next, multiply yung unang numerator and yung pangalawang denominator which is negative 1 times 6 is equal to negative 6. Multiply ulit ang 1 and 3, so we have positive 3. So this time we have negative 6 plus 3. Dahil different signs, we will subtract the numbers. So 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. Then copy natin yung sign ng biggest absolute value which is the negative 6. So we have negative 3 over 18. So lowest term natin, si 3 and si 18 ay both divisible by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. Then 18 divided by 3 is equal to 6. Dahil negative ang ating ang 3, ang answer natin is negative 1 over 6. Let's have subtraction of the similar fractions. Kung kanina addition, ngayon naman subtraction. So we have the same steps in subtracting of the similar fraction. So our example is 3 over 4 minus 1 over 8. So ganun din ang gagawin natin. We will get the LCD of the denominator. So the LCD is 8. So paano nakuha si 8? So the multiples of 4 is 4, 8, 12. Then the multiples of 8 is 8, 16, and 24. So, ang least common is the number 8. So, our denominator should be number 8. So, yung unang fraction, si 3 over 4, siya yung gagawin nating over 8. Kukunin natin yung equivalent fraction for 3 over 4. So, to get the new numerator, we will divide the denominator. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. Then, multiply the numerator, 3, by 2. So, we have 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So, from 3 over 4, magiging 6 over 8. So, si 1 over 8, hindi na natin siya gagalawin dahil siya ay over 8 na. Ang kanyang denominator ay 8 na. So, the new set of fraction is 6 over 8 minus 1 over 8. So, dahil pareho na ang kanilang denominator, pwede na tayong mag-subtract. So, 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. Copy the denominator 8, so we have 5 over 8. Gamitin naman natin si butterfly method. So, we have 3 over 4 minus 1 over 8. Multiply the denominator 4 times 8 is equal to 32. I-multiply din natin yung unang numerator dun sa second denominator. So, 3 times 8 is equal to 24. Multiply yung second numerator kay first denominator. So, we have 1 times 4 is equal to 4. Now, let's subtract the numerators. 24 minus 4 is equal to 20 over 32. So, the numbers 20 over 32 can be divided by the number 4. So, divide natin. 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. And 32 divided by 4 is equal to 8. So, our answer is 5 over 8. Another example, we have 5 over 6 minus negative 1 over 4. This time, gamitin na lang natin si butterfly method. So, in our example, we have 5 over 6 minus negative 1 over 4, nag-change tayo ng addition kay subtraction kasi magkaiba ang sign ng ating fraction. So, from subtraction, naging addition. And then, from negative 1/4, i-change natin siya sa kanyang opposite, which is positive 1/4. So, now, let's continue. Let's apply the butterfly method. Multiply the denominator 6 and 4. So, we have 24. Then multiply 5 and 4. So we have 20. Then the other one, 6 times 1 is equal to 6. So now let's plus. 20 plus 6 is equal to 26 over 24. Then simplify natin. The fraction is now improper fraction. So ilang 24 meron kay 26? So we have 1. Nung dinivide natin yung 26 kay 4, ang ating remainder ay 2. That's why the numerator is 2. Tapos, we only copied the denominator. So, we came up with 1 and 2 over 24. So, this time, isimplify na natin yung fraction. So, 2 over 24 ay pwedeng i-divide ng 2. So, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. Then 24 divided by 2 is equal to 12. So our final answer is 1 and 1 over 12. Thank you for watching the video and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell para updated kayo sa mga susunod kong video.